is prophecy, and how does it relate to Israel and Jerusalem? CBN Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell spoke to author and Middle East expert Joel Richardson about prophecy in the Holy City.
Joel, it's great to be with you here, especially here in Jerusalem with such a great background.
Yeah, it's great to be here with you, Chris.
Joel, we're talking about prophecy. If people need to know the basics, what basically is prophecy?
Well, essentially, as the scriptures say, prophecy is the testimony of Jesus. And what I take that to mean is that prophecy are the words that God spoke through the biblical prophets as he was really just reiterating and laying out his plan to redeem not just Israel, but to redeem all of creation. Prophecy is simply the story about how God is redeeming everything through his son Jesus.
And so from a Christian or biblical point of view, what are the signs of the times right now?
When we look at the contours of the landscape as it was described by the biblical prophets, it's clearly coming into focus. It's not completely there yet, but there are definite clear signs that are coming into focus. And so personally, I believe that the emergence of, for instance, Turkey as a radical leading nation in the Middle East, this is a profound sign because whether it be in Daniel 8 or 11, Ezekiel 38, 39, there's a tremendous emphasis placed on the region of Turkey, Asia Minor, in biblical prophecy. And it speaks of them as having a prominent role in the last days. So, but of course, you know, the biggest one is simply right here. We look at Israel. I mean, the fact that the prophets declared beforehand that the Jewish people would repatriate this land before his return. I mean, this is one of the clearest miracles and proofs of God that we have.
And we're also standing right here in Jerusalem. So what role does Jerusalem play in prophecy?
So it's a beautiful city with incredible history and ethnic and religious diversity. But it's just a very natural city. You know, you've got ethnic tensions, you've got a lot of tour buses, you know, you've just got a very natural city. But according to the Bible, the God of creation has declared that this is the very spot whereby he is going to govern the universe from. This will literally be the throne of God.
Would you say in some ways that the Bible is a Jerusalem-centric book?
The Bible was not primarily written for Americans or about Americans. It's primarily about this piece of land. Why? Because this is the spot that Jesus is going to rule from. And as a result of that, Satan has been very active in surrounding the throne of David. He's been surrounding this city and this nation with a people and a doctrine which is fundamentally opposed to the redemption that Messiah is going to bring.
So we see the Mount of Olives in the background here, Joel. What does the Mount of Olives have to do with biblical prophecy?
Well, I mean, first of all, Jesus gave his final sermon on the end times from the Mount of Olives. That's why we call it the Olivet Discourse. But the scriptures are also clear. It says that when Messiah returns, at some point in the process, his feet will actually land on the Mount of Olives. And then it says it will actually split in two. And, you know, again, that's why I say we look at the city with our eyes, our natural eyes. It's hard to visualize what's going to take place. There's going to be transformation of topography. This is the global capital of the rule of the Son of God, and this is where the primary battles are going to unfold.
Yeah. Well, amazing. Great to talk to you, Joel.
Amen, Chris. Great.